Hello and welcome to the show. So, thank you so much for joining me on Renee Speaks Golden Nuggets. Today, I want to welcome Jeanette Jones, who just had an amazing conversation with me over on Renee Speaks. And we were talking about living victoriously and the importance of self care, what self care looks like, what self care sounds like, and we are now here speaking the golden nuggets, getting more exclusive content only here on 100 TV Network. So please join me in welcoming Jeanette Jones to the show. Jeanette, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Renee. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely my pleasure. Jeanette, you truly spoke some gems over on Renee Speaks, where you were talking about what it's like, especially, and I could relate to you so well because you were a single mom turned entrepreneur. I was a single mom turned entrepreneur. And there's so much as women that we have to do along these journeys for other people that we sometimes forget about ourselves. And so I'd love to dive in a little bit deeper to talk about some practical strategies or exercises that people can use to start developing a more loving and compassionate relationship with themselves.
Right. As I said, Renee, I'll tell you my routine is that to get up and meditate. Meditation clears your mind. I think that's the number one thing people need to be aware of. The
Yes.
power of meditation. A lot of people will tell me, well, I can't meditate because my mind starts to wander. And
Mm,
it will at first, but you have to keep trying that. So that's the number one thing I would say, clear your mind with meditation. And
yeah.
once you do that, you will find that you're able to think clearer and you are able to do more things in the time allotted for the days. And you'll be
Hmm.
clear about, like I said, who you are. I don't know, everybody's not in the same space, but as general, you will be clearer about who you are and what it is you want your day to look like, even your day-to-day daily routine.
Right. And
So
and then that way you can be more intentional about it, I think.
right, exactly.
Right. And
Exactly.
then, and the more intentional you are, the more you can decide whether or not particular activities line up with your intentions for the day,
Exactly. And
right?
the fact of healthy living, eating right, exercise, those things go, drinking enough water. I'm talking to
Yeah,
myself now.
water, that part.
Right, that part. just drinking enough water, and keeping
Right.
yourself active. That's the thing, is those things that we just kind of gloss over.
But they're
And in the
so
optimal health
important.
part that I have is that we talk about it's not just the exercise, but what are you doing, mind wise? Like I said, meditate.
Right, right. And speaking of mind wise, so much is bombarding us. You
Hmm.
know, we have these images and on television and songs on the radio that influence our thoughts. So
Yeah.
how can people, in your opinion, how can women, because this show is primarily for women
Hmm.
entrepreneurs, how can women overcome negative self-talk and
Hmm.
self-criticism and replace it with more positive and empowering self-talk?
Right. Daily affirmations help with that. And,
Mm.
just daily affirmations, on who you are. I have a wall here that says different things. I am determined. I'm thankful. I'm confident. I'm capable. I'm ready. I'm worthy. These are
Oh,
things I keep around me. You
I
know,
love
the, I have them in my bedroom. I have them here in the office area, just so I'll know. Some days I don't feel like doing, helping women. To be honest,
Mhm.
some days you don't. You feel like, okay, I need that help. But with
Right.
these affirmations around you, you'll say, like, okay, these are things that I need today. I need to know I am thankful, I am determined. So
Yes.
just daily affirmations to help you through the day. And like I said, always the meditation and also
Mhm.
just the spiritual awareness. I don't know, I don't want to get too off on the spiritual side because some, people have different opinions about spirituality, but know that there's a higher power than yourself. and to
Yeah.
tap into that. That is your key also to direct you on, okay, calming your spirit down. Where do I
Absolutely.
need to be right now? Do I need to listen to some music to calm me down? I have a daily walk that I do where I
Mm-hmm.
just put in my music, you know,
Mm-hmm.
listen to different
Yeah.
artists, that's gonna feed my spirit.
Yes. Yes. That is so good and such great advice. L- Take being intentional and taking control of the
Yes,
things that you allow in through your
absolutely.
eyes, through your ears. All of that impacts your spirit. And we have to be aware of those things and
Yes,
make sure that what's going in is good stuff.
yes,
you
yes.
know, Positive things, whether it's a book on audio, an audio book,
Right.
or because for me, it's hard for me to find the time to sit and actually turn pages. So I
Uh-huh.
will listen to an audiobook and the words just feed me. They're so positive and they're so encouraging and uplifting, and they just build me up and help me to stay strong and stay positive.
Yeah.
And those positive affirmations are so critical and so crucial to making it through each day, sometimes from moment to moment, especially if the day is getting out of hand
Oh,
and
yeah.
and going crazy and people pulling at you from all different directions. Sometimes you just have to step away, take a break,
Right.
and reassure yourself
And
that
sometimes people don't know that they can listen to these affirmations on YouTube. You can just pull up positive affirmations and just listen to them.
yes. And you know what? I found one. It's so funny, Jeanette. I found one YouTube video of daily affirmations or of affirmations, not daily. It was just a YouTube video of affirmations, and
Hmm.
it was 10 hours long.
Yeah.
And so you could literally put in headphones or put in whatever and fall asleep
Oh,
and listen to them subconsciously
right.
all night
That is
long.
recommended, Renee. Really, it is, because it feeds your subconscious. Because half of the things that we think and do is coming from our subconscious.
Oh, see, now here I thought I was being unique. And that's actually a
No,
thing.
yeah, it's coming from your subconscious. All these things that you're telling yourself, that's your
Mhm.
subconscious. It's not even. That's my mental health side coming out now.
Okay, okay, so you're the expert.
But
So,
it,
so
yeah.
again, for our Golden Nuggets audience, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, a little bit about your background, and what kind of feeds you in this entrepreneurial journey?
I just love seeing women break free and just having a spirit of, oh, yeah, I want to do that. I know what I want to do now, just knowing what they want to do. And also, I worked in the mental health field. So working with clients there, just seeing people break free from trauma and just
Mm,
past issues, it's just a feeling that you just really can't even describe. Because us as helpers, it just gives you this adrenaline that, okay, I helped that person. And it's not anything to be like, oh, I'm so great that I helped that person. It's just a feeling of somebody else was freed from something that they were bound by. So
yes,
that's
yes.
that's the glory right there of just feeling that somebody was released from some things
Yeah.
that they were bound by. And even in the life coaching side, people
Mhm,
come, it's a little different vein with life coaching than counseling, but because it's a lighter touch,
mhm,
it's a lighter.
mhm.
Counseling is a little bit more deeper and heavier touch, but you're
Got
still getting freed and directed.
right,
So
right, and it's so important too to
yes,
have that guidance and because you don't know what you don't know, right?
exactly.
And so you need sometimes you just need somebody to say the words.
Right,
Just put the words out in the air for you to
right.
hear. And
Yeah,
then once those words land in your ears and you're able to make them a part of your consciousness, you now have a different way of looking at things or a
yeah,
different way of seeing things that you never
exactly.
would have had before had those words not been lobbed out there.
Right. Because we've all, Renee, been in situations where, you're talking to somebody, maybe a friend, or it could be a therapist or whoever, or a life coach. And then they say one little nugget, and you're like, oh my God, that did it. I never thought of that. So it's
Yes.
important
Yeah.
to, speak with people, to have coaches in your life, therapists in your life, and friends to just pour into you, friends that are positive, I would say, to pour
Yes.
into you with positive affirmations and things that maybe you didn't think of, but that will help you. Just
Right.
that little small nugget that will help you.
Yes, absolutely. So important. The value of community, the value of
Mhm.
positivity, the
Yes,
power of positivity can go
absolutely.
so far, so far. So, as we talk about the power of positivity, how would you suggest entrepreneurs prioritize self care and set boundaries in their work and personal lives without feeling guilty or selfish?
The boundaries for entrepreneurship is it's hard. It's hard, very
Mm-hmm.
hard, because we
Mm-hmm.
all want to grow that business. We want to do this and we want to do that. But at some point, you have to take time and say, hey, I can't keep pushing myself, because your mind can't take but so much. So it's like you're pushing yourself. Am I really doing myself any good? So some days you may need to. I found it's one place in Florida that has this 1 day spa where you can just go to for a day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to spend the night at the hotel. It's a hotel, but it has a spa, and you can just go for a whole entire day.
Hmm.
That something like that, to just take yourself away for a day from
Right.
engaging in any kind of business. Sometimes we'll say, well, a couple of hours, but what about a whole day just
Wow.
to take yourself away?
You see, as an entrepreneur, and I'm thinking about being away for a day, that gives
Hmm.
me anxiety.
I know. I know.
It
I know.
truly does.
I know.
Because so much happens in a day and there's so much to be done in a day. And so yeah, that's scary for me. I don't know why that's feeling scary to me right now.
And you're
I
not alone. You're not alone. But a day at the spa, try it, Renee, and see how you feel. I,
Okay, there's gonna be a lot of planning and preparation to plan for my day.
yeah, and that's what I've done. I planned a day, and I planned a 2 day
Uh-huh.
one. Yeah, but in
Uh-huh.
order for me to stay connected to my vision, I have to take
Mhm.
the time, because I can't pour into these women if I'm not connected to my own vision. I can't
That's
pour
true.
into them. I can't have them at this retreat and I'm all over the place thinking, okay, what's the next business deal? What I need to do? Where? I can't do that to them, and I can't do it to myself.
Right.
So
Well,
I
you
have to
mentioned
make
the
sure.
retreat, Jeanette. I'm sorry to cut you off, but yeah, before we run out of time, tell us more about this retreat.
The retreat is 7 days in Consamaya, Costa Rica. And I did the retreat myself as a retreat leader before, because all my retreats, I'm going to try to go there before
Mm-hmm.
to check out, everything, and to go through the whole program myself.
Right,
So I
right,
went
right.
there in February, and it was, when I first got there, I'm like, okay, am I, going to feel comfortable here and all? But it was great. It's little casitas where you stay in, and some, it's 2 beds in there. You can have 2 people in a room, or you can have your own space.
Mhm.
But all the meals are included. Everything basically is included: your meals, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And
Right.
we all just bonded. So you got a pool there. We had pool time. We had meditation. We had yoga. We had just time to just sit and relax. And I even came up. I was sitting in the hammocks out there, and I even came up with the title for my second book.
Really?
Yeah. So it was just time to just relax. You had
Right,
like maybe 10 other people there, but some days I just wanted to be Jeanette by herself.
right, right. And
So
that's
I
so
took
important.
so I took the time to just be me and came up with the title of a book.
Wow. Well, congratulations
Thank you.
on that. I love that. And so while we still have time, can you talk about even more the importance of work-life balance for entrepreneurs and how they can achieve this while still pursuing their business goals?
Right.
Because as you can see, I don't have it and I need it.
Right. And one thing I talk about in the curriculum too, Renee, is what we call it mental health. Mental health and life coaching, we kind of balancing it out because it's kind of similar. But cognitive behavior, you change your thinking and you'll change your behavior.
Change
So
your thinking and you'll change your behavior.
yes. So if you change your thinking about how you're viewing your business
Mm-hmm.
and how you want your body to feel, how do you want your mind and body to feel? If you
Mm-hmm.
change your thinking about that, you're going to change your behavior. You're not going to be pushing yourself and pushing yourself. But it first
Mm-hmm.
starts in your mind.
Right.
And you have to change how you think and how you're viewing what you want your life to look like.
Right. Well, but what if, okay, so now I think I'm gonna get some free counseling here. So,
Okay.
so, so what if I have these lofty goals for my business and I know that it's going to take, a lot of me
Mm-hmm.
to reach those goals,
Mm-hmm.
and so when I'm not doing the thing, then it's hard for me to be content or relaxed or okay with the thing not being done. Do you understand what I'm saying? So even though I want that thing and I want to feel relaxed and I want to feel, all of that, you know, that can't really happen if my other stuff isn't done.
So yeah, we're gonna get into the counseling. So who told you that that wouldn't happen if you did? If who told you that?
I don't know. I guess I just made that up in my head.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay,
Yes,
so all right.
subconscious,
So my
subconscious.
my subconscious did that.
Yes,
Okay. So, all right, that's something I got to work on. That's a
yeah,
that's a me thing. We won't bore the audience with my me things. But just know, audience, that it's in your subconscious where you're telling your own self that you can't be relaxed and still have a prospering, thriving business. So
right. Because
this will
we
be
tell
something.
ourselves all sorts of stories, but if you just take that one day,
Hmm.
see how it feels. And
Yeah.
did the world stop turning because Jeanette's business wasn't running for one day, or Jeanette left for one day? Did the world
No,
stop? So
nope. The world certainly will not stop. It
right.
absolutely will not. And
Right.
I think the more we come to that realization, the world will not stop if
Mhm.
I take a day off,
No.
and believe that as a fact
Right.
for our own selves, then we can start to prioritize ourselves as women, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as moms, wives, whatever titles we carry for ourselves.
And that's the thing, Renee. I think we were born with that nurturing nature as women, but we
Yes.
need to know boundaries.
Yes. Yes.
So we tend to
Absolutely.
just do, whether it's for somebody else or things that we desire. Sometimes we go push head in, just keep pushing and pushing.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Because and those boundaries can get crossed so quickly,
Hmm.
by our children, constantly pulling on us, and our husbands, and trying to make sure that they're satisfied and happy, or the house, or jobs. If you Some entrepreneurs are working full-time day jobs and running their business and nights and weekends, and I know exactly the struggles that come with the lack of boundaries, the lack of
Oh yes,
boundaries. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Just
So we have to make ourselves a priority if we want to live victoriously, which is the name of your business, living
yeah.
victoriously. And your website has such great golden nuggets on it, right? Even on the cover pages of different suggestions for how we can live victoriously by prioritizing ourselves. And I love some of the pillars that you were talking about, that your company stands for and helps women
Mhm.
to realize that optimal health and how to reflect positive thoughts and embrace how they feel about money,
Yeah, yeah.
and get to the root of what does what were we told about money, and
Hmm.
what impact does money have on how we think today and how we think about our future.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
also talking about purpose, living a life of purpose, and living a life of balance. So
Yes.
In the few minutes that we have left in this segment of Renee Speaks Golden Nuggets, is there any one of those pillars that you want us to take away from today and make sure that we remember until the next time we meet?
I would say self-awareness and spirituality.
Mhm.
Connect with yourself. The importance of connecting with yourself and knowing that it's a higher power than you. You don't have to carry the load by yourself.
Right.
You
That's
don't have to
right.
carry it by yourself. You don't have to
Right.
figure out everything by yourself.
Right. Because that load is heavy.
Yeah.
The load
Yeah.
can be so heavy.
Yes.
And sometimes, when the load gets too heavy, it causes some people to fall into depression. It
Mhm.
causes people to feel overwhelmed. It causes
Yes.
people to have anxiety because you're trying to carry it all yourself. So I love the point that you're making about referring back to your higher power to know this is not for you. This is for you to lay on at the feet
Right.
on the
Right.
altar
It's
and let it
exactly.
go. Let it
Exactly.
go.
And something, and the self-awareness, if you come in, like I said, with the meditation, then you may see that, hey, this is not all on me. I can lean on my higher power, whomever, someone wants to worship or say who their higher power is. But you don't have to carry the load. You really
That's right.
don't.
That's right. And we've got our higher power. We've got community.
Hmm.
We've got a
Yes.
community
And
of
supportive
women,
relationships. Yes.
friends. Yes, those supportive relationships are so, so, so important. So, Jeanette, this has been truly an amazing experience. Thank you for diving deeper with me, talking about living victoriously and how we can live intentionally
Yes.
victorious
Yes.
by taking active steps in um, having balance and all those things that we just talked about. So critically important. And we're going to end up being happier because
Yes.
of it.
Yes. Anytime
So,
you can live victoriously, I believe God has created us to live victoriously. He didn't
oh,
create us to just be all over the place and not enjoy the life that we have here.
that's right. That's right. Because we are here for that long.
Exactly.
And so we need to
Exactly.
make every day count and be victorious every single day. And with the wisdom that you've shared with us, you are empowering us to do just that. So I'm so grateful for you. Cannot wait for your retreat in Costa Rica,
Yes.
October
The 14th through the 21st.
14th through the 21st in Costa Rica. I know
Yes.
the women are going to be truly blessed by that. And I hope that so many of our listeners sign up for that and are recipients of all of that awesome self care that is just awaiting them.
Yes. 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 I can't wait.
So,
I'm so excited.
yeah, me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
So
So
come
this has
join
been
us.
amazing. Yes, come join Jeanette and her Living Victoriously family in Costa Rica, October 14th through the 21st in Costa Rica. I think there's a website that people can go to
Yes, it
sign
will be
up.
on my website, Jeanette Jones, lifecoach.com.
Yes, and we will pop that up super quick so that people can see where they can sign up to join you on this self-care retreat, which is so critically important to
Yes.
all
Yes. Yes.
entrepreneurs, but especially women. Women,
Yes.
take care of yourself. You were made for something great, so
Absolutely.
go and be awesome.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Jeanette. It's been
Okay.
great having you on the
Thank you,
show.
Renee.
I appreciate all your golden nuggets.
Okay. Thank you.